So today, guys, we're gonna be showing you guys another solo build, and this one has a lot of survivability and some insane damage. If you guys don't want to run the Hunter's Fury build, well, this is going to be another build for you guys because both of these builds have high survivability, and obviously the damage is definitely there, right? So as you guys see in the gameplay, clearing out this control point was very easy to do. And look at the amount of bonus armor I have on this build. And what's even more impressive about the build is you can use the vector to build those stacks. So you don't even have to use something like the ACS-12 that allows you to free up that extra slot and just use this vector to get full stacks, as you guys are seeing in the gameplay. So building the stacks is not hard at all with this build, and that's what I actually love about it. And then when you need to, if you run out of ammo, which you're about to see in a second, well, that's when you can swap over to your Scorpio and just melt the enemy. And it's that simple. And that's what I like about it. No longer do you need the ACS-12 to build those stacks. You have the vector. The high rate of fire actually works really good with this gear set because it allows you to build stacks very fast. And what's even funnier, I never even really thought about running a vector with this set, but when I did, I was very impressed. And it even got better. Once I had that stack, it was just so easy to kill enemies. I barely even had to worry about any enemy focusing me, right? Like I'm literally just farming these enemies faster than they can even respawn. As they're respawning, I'm farming them. And that's what's actually pretty impressive about the build. High damage, definitely high survivability. And when you get those full stacks, you just have so much bonus armor that it's really hard for them to put any kind of damage on you. Like, they're probably just going to be chipping away at the bonus armor, and before you know it, you'll be building that bonus armor right back up because of the vector and the high rate of fire. And just look at this. Got a boss coming out, and he lasts, what, 5 seconds, if that? So if you guys have been looking for a build, well, this is going to be the one for you. So for the weapon, we're in the Vector SBR at 83,000 damage, 1200 RPM with a 45 round mag. We have SMG damage, crit chance, and damage to targets out of cover. Plus we have Flatline, which amplifies weapon damage by 15% to pulse enemies. After 3 kills, it applies pulse to the next enemy you hit. So a lot of damage just on this weapon itself. We do have a crit hit damage scope. We have a link laser pointer that's going to allow us to pulse the enemies. We have a 20 round mag, and we have a 5% crit hit chance muzzle. For the secondary, obviously the Scorpio has always been a go-to because those enemies that are tanky and you just want to stop them in place, the Scorpio is a great one to switch for. We're definitely always going to be using the vector because this is going to help us build our stacks, as you guys saw in the gameplay. For the mask, we're running the Coyote mask. This is going to give us weapon damage, critical chance, critical damage, and critical hit damage mod. And then obviously we're always going to be within those 0 to 15 meters, so we're always going to have 25% critical hit damage on this build. For the chest, we're running the Heartbreaker chest piece. And remember, the 2 piece is going to give us 15% assault rifle and 15% LMG damage, but we're not running either one. We're running an SMG and a shotgun. The 3 piece will help us with the 15% weapon handling, but the 4 piece obviously is where this build shines and why it works so good with high rate of fire weapons. Headshots apply pulse to the enemy. The link laser pointer is going to make sure we pulse an enemy. Weapon hits on pulse enemies as a stack of +1 bonus armor and +1 damage to pulse enemies up to a max stack of 50. Now 2 stacks are lost each second. Now we do have weapon damage, critical damage, and critical damage mod, but the chest piece talent also gives us, it increases the max stacks from 50 to 100, allowing us to get 100 more stack on this. So just with the chest piece, we can get up to 100% extra weapon damage and 100% bonus armor. For the holster, we have a second piece of Heartbreaker. We have armor and critical hit chance rolled on here. For the knee pads, we have our 3rd piece of Heartbreaker with weapon damage, critical hit chance. For the gloves, we went with the Sokolov gloves. This gives us a 10% SMG damage. We have 170,000 armor rolled on there, and we have crit chance and critical hit damage. And then for the backpack, the 4th and final piece of Heartbreaker. And the reason why we want this is because it has a talent called Cold. So this one has armor, crit damage mod, but look at the talent. Increases total bonus armor gain per stack of the Heartstopper from 1% to 2%. So we are going to have 200% extra bonus armor at full stacks. And that's why the survivability is there. That's why we're able to just run 3 reds, 3 brews at 1.3 million armor. We We have a lot of armor on this build, and it's just amazing to use. The damage is there, and you guys are watching it. Once you build the stack, you can pretty much shred anything, and the survivability will always be there. If you take a look at the stats, we have 54% crit chance, 137% crit damage, 70% headshot damage. So that's where a lot of this damage is going to be coming for. Obviously, you know, we have 1.3 million armor, and this is going to improve as we build our stacks. But that's the build right there, guys. If you guys have any questions, want to know more about this build, you guys can use the comment section down below. Remember, if you guys want to catch me live, I've been streaming over on the other channel, youtube.com/nothingbutskills live. Make sure you guys go subscribe over there if you guys want to catch some of the live streams, because that's a great place to ask me questions. Sometimes I don't see all the questions you guys ask in the videos, and it's easier for me to honestly show you the builds too. That way you can see more gameplay than just clips, just like you're seeing here. Now the gameplay right here actually had a spotter chest piece versus the Heartbreaker chest piece. It had the same exotic coyote mask, but the chest piece now is not using the Heartbreaker set as you guys saw in the first part of this video. Is actually using a spotter chest piece, and then the rest of the pieces are Heartbreaker. So the coyote mask stays the same, but obviously the chest piece is going to be a spotter chest piece. Now I will tell you, the extra survivability from the way I have the build broken down definitely works a lot better for me. But I know for some people, they actually like having less survivability but way more damage. But I will label this as one of the top solo PvE builds, as Hunter's Fury is up there because of the survivability and damage, and then this one's up there too with the survivability and the damage. That bonus armor is a lifesaver. As you guys just saw, I was able to not have to worry about popping a med kit. I could just focus on the enemies themselves because I had a huge chunk of bonus armor on the Heartbreaker gear set. And that's what's so cool about Heartbreaker, the fact that that bonus armor is really your survivability, right? If you could get those stacks going, whether you guys are running the smaller stack of 50 or the 100 stack, there's just so many different ways that you guys can run this and really be effective with it. So hopefully you guys enjoy this spin on it. I really like the fact that I got some Hunter Rogue agents at the end of this control point to actually show you guys how I would play it if I got more tankier enemies. And you're gonna see, I'm constantly just building the stack, and I have no med kits, so we really have to rely on the bonus armor and keeping that stack up so that way I don't go down. And we had no issue. It was very simple. And let's just take a look at this. Just a lot of damage, right? And a lot of survivability. I'm on fire. It's not really messing with me. Even when he shot me, he only got through my bonus armor, and I got my bonus armor right back. And that's why I like the Hunter's Fury and the Heartbreaker. Both amazing sets, both have survivability, and both can be some type of tank. We're gonna wrap up the video here, guys. I appreciate the support, appreciate the love. I'll see you in the next one. Hey, nothing but skills out.